nuns who were Holy Spirit sisters who supported me. When I was waxing the floors, they would ask, Richard, how is your prayer life? Are you getting closer to God? Are you going further from God? And I'm grateful in my life for those people who were models and examples who had the courage to tell me what was for my good, even when I didn't see it or wouldn't believe it. I thought I knew all the answers. I thought I knew what it was all about. And I figured everybody out. No, I didn't know anything. And I had parents who saw God's plan for each of their children's life. When I was in 8th grade, my dad made us say 3 things that we wanted to be in life. I remember telling him I wanted to be a Holiday Inn manager because I loved traveling. Then I told him I wanted to be an accountant because I thought if you work with money, you made a lot of money, huh? And thirdly, I told him I wanted to be a priest. My father was Presbyterian. And he said, whatever will bring you happiness and bring others happiness, that will bring God's happiness. And I'll never forget my dad saying that. And he said, son, and if you're a priest, I ask you to do one thing. Love God's people. And I'll never forget, even though my dad died 24 years ago, my dad telling me, love God's people. We need courage to be anything great in life. We need a lot of courage to overcome adversity in life, disappointments in life, rejections in life, hardships in life, trials in life. It takes courage. Secondly, John the Baptist was disciplined. If you're going to accomplish anything great in life, you got to be disciplined. John's outfit was disciplined. His attire, his dress, his diet was different. It was disciplined. John's garb was camel's hair clothing, cinched with a leather belt. His food was locusts and honeys. He was in the link of the other prophets of Samson and Samuel and Elijah, because they dressed in a radical way, because they saw injustices that others looked better than others, or were more recognizable, or were impressing others with toys, appearances, clothing, dresses, status, houses, neighborhood, people you know, the in-group. We need to be disciplined, friends. I went to the doctor recently and he says, you got to make these changes in your diet, Father Rich. You got to be disciplined. I want you to make these changes. You're not just disciplined when you're 13. You got to be disciplined your whole life. You got to be disciplined to pray. You got to be disciplined to exercise. You got to be disciplined to study. You got to be disciplined to forgive those hurt you. You got to be disciplined in a sport, to sing, an art, whatever in life. You got to be disciplined, and discipline comes from the word learner, studier, one who grows in awareness of knowledge. It takes discipline. It takes discipline to follow the Lord. It takes discipline to make decisions that lead us to Christ instead of away from Christ. And the third quality of the virtue of John the Baptist, I think, can teach us a great lesson, is honesty. If we aren't honest with ourselves, then we're certainly not honest with God, and we're not honest with other people. And the more that we stretch the truth, the further we run from God. You gotta be brutally honest. This is what's hurting me. This is what I need to look at in my life. This is what I need to confront in my life. This is what's troubling in my life. We have to be honest. This is what's hurting. You hurt me when you did this, or when you said this. We have to be honest in our income taxes. We have to be honest with our family members. We have to be honest with those in authority. We have to first be honest with ourselves. To be honest with God. God doesn't want a contrived disciple. He doesn't want a phony disciple. He wants someone who's real, who's in touch with life, who's in touch with themselves, who's in touch with the gospel, who's in touch with the sacraments. John challenges each of us to grow in courage, to grow in discipline, and to grow in honesty. So we don't dilute the message of Jesus Christ. So that we don't compromise our values and our Catholic faith. So that the Lord will use us as He used John the Baptist and Isaiah to be His prophets, to be His witnesses, to be His spokesperson. God speaks through everyone. God is everybody's prophet. He wants us all to be His prophets. One who witnesses to something so far superior than ourselves. And that's the kingdom. The Lord wants to use our lives to help that come about. And Paul, in his letter to the Galatians, chapter 5:22, he does a catalog of all the fruits of the Holy Spirit. And the more that we cultivate these in our lives, the more we bring blessings to the world. The Spirit brings love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The Lord, as we gather this Advent, 3 weeks away from Christmas Day, let us open our hearts to Christ's message each day of our life and say, yes, Lord, I want to be your follower. I want to be your witness. And I want my life to give glory to the coming of your holy kingdom.